Alright, video report for the month of June. Um, do I approach issues differently um, compared to different or previous reports? I would say yes. Um, every day obviously is a learning experience, and I think I've probably said this before, but Akiko is very much a co-learning environment. So you're always learning stuff from other people, your colleagues, um, which is always really nice. I can't really think of a specific example, but because it kind of applies to everything that I do. Um, I'm there 5 months and I'm still learning a lot. My manager did say on one of the first days, he said, "Look, it usually takes about 6 months to get good at this job, but I think it for everybody's always learning. I don't think it just applies to new staff. I think for even senior staff, the same still applies. Everybody learns something because with the software company, things are always changing. The software is always changing. There's always new things being implemented. So everybody has to learn these changes, and especially in our environment, communicate them in a way to the customer that makes sense and is practical for their business. Um, as I said, it helps when everybody around you is kind of pooling their knowledge together. Um, that would be probably the one example I can think of. Um, with regards to any contribution I've made to the company, recently I was appointed team lead of kind of a small project. Oh, it wouldn't be anything too large, but it was my job to the software we make doesn't follow a kind of automatic update process. So there's no logging into the application, clicking check for updates, and then open those updates. It's up to us to roll out those updates physically. So my job was, there are a lot of customers still on really old versions. So the important thing is to get everybody up to date so that everybody's on the same page. It makes our life easier, it makes customers' life easier. They don't encounter as many bugs and things like that. So it was my job basically. I was over a group of people, and by group of people I mean the other two support interns in Akiko, and I basically had to kind of coordinate it. So it was my job to pool all the customers together that needed upgraded, call the customers, schedule these upgrades. Sorry, that wasn't just my job, that was everybody's job in the team, but it was kind of my job to oversee it and make sure that everybody was doing their work, because it's not something that, when you're given project and support, is a side thing. Obviously your main focus is answering phones and helping customers, so it's important that you do these on the side, but you still meet the deadlines that you're set. So I guess I was coordinating it. It was my job to report back to my manager with how the progress is going. So scheduling those upgrades at a time when it's convenient for a customer, and then also initiating those upgrades and rolling them out and things like that. And then for the rest of us, and the team, we had to follow up with the customer, explain what's new in the latest upgrade. So it's important to explain what's new in a way that's practical for the customer, some way that helps their business. So I thought that was quite beneficial. It was nice to be entrusted with something for a change, rather than just, as it says in the report guidelines, how the company's helped you, but how you've contributed to the company. So that was nice. Everything went smoothly. I was quite happy with how things went, and how I managed it and approached it. So I was quite happy with that. With regards to my SMART goals, that actually kind of feeds into it. My main SMART goal was always to constantly better myself, but also get to the same level as everybody else, and on my team. So I'm making progress. I'm happy with where I'm at. Would I change them, or would I change how I approach them if I was to do my internship again? Probably not. No. Um, I'm quite confident in how things are going. I'm climbing the ladder in terms of ability. We've had a couple of new staff starting. There's quite a high turnover rate in support. So I found myself helping those people out and trying to help them in the same way that I was helped, because I thought it's just so much easier when you're learning from a colleague rather than reading it off a slideshow or a video report or a webinar or just reading documentation. It's so much easier to be practical. Um, so it's nice that I feel comfortable enough to help other people the same way I was helped. I don't have any problems or issues or concerns. I've changed shift times, so making it to work is a little bit more difficult in the morning because I have to get up an hour earlier. I was already had quite early starts in the beginning anyway, but things are just getting that bit more difficult. But I don't mind because it was a case of nobody wanted to do the early shifts, and I just wanted to put myself out there and present myself to my manager just to say, I'm happy to do whatever, sign me up for an early shift. I don't mind, I'll do whatever needs to be done. So I'm trying to throw myself in there as much as I can. If any projects come up, I'm happy to jump on them. And I think things are going quite smoothly. I gel pretty well with the team. I think we're all quite close, and yeah, I'm happy with where I'm at. So.